I am trying to. Of course, we're having problems with Facebook again. Let me remove it and let me try to add it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silverline Silver Sunday on June 21st. It's invalid. I got to try to. Oh, I don't know what the.
Happy Farters Day, everyone.
That's right. Why is it not? Give me just a second, everybody.
Still my favorite part of the show.
It's like, I don't know why we always have problems with Facebook. Save changes.
We don't seem to. That's
so I discovered that they have problems on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. They just don't do anything about it.
They don't even try?
They don't even try. They don't. We remove Facebook from the stream. All right, so I'm removing it from the stream, saving changes. Now I'm adding it back. Whoop! I see our guest are here.
Excellent.
Hang on, G-Rod. I see you. Save changes. This should. Nope, not doing it. I don't know why. The description seems to be invalid for. Oh, I see why. Hold on. Here we go.
All right, Columbo.
I know. Save changes. This should do it. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So, yeah. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I'm your host, I'm Rolling Man. I'm excited about today. Got a most unusual guest with us today, which I'm excited about. I am joined, of course, by the regular annoyance himself, Mr. Tom Mason. Say hi, Tom.
Hey, everybody. Happy day.
Yep. Happy Father's Day to you, Tom. And, of course, we are joined by just having a good time himself, Mr. Thomas Flormonti. Say hi, Tommy.
Howdy do, howdy do.
Howdy do, howdy do. And we are joined by G-Rod, who also seems to be having technical difficulties at this moment.
You need to get like a 10 or 11-year-old kid in there to fix everything.
Right?
Yeah, I had to reboot twice. I don't know what I was playing on my day, and then all of a sudden when I need to use it, it decides the poop the bed.
Yeah.
Go, somebody helped him. There you go.
He had to get his daughter to help him.
Yeah.
Now
he's on twice. There we go.
There we go.
I got him here.
Hey, good evening.
Am I on?
Yeah.
You're on.
Yes, sir.
You're live.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
We are
Good.
well. Thanks to whoever that youngster was that helped you get online.
Oh, that was my girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
She said you had to press the on button. Press the on button.
Yeah. She's a little younger than me.
All right. Excellent. Well, I'm excited to be here. We're gonna keep the news really short tonight because I want to get right on to talking with G-Rod. Guys, we got a crowdfunder.
Take your time. I'm gonna sit here and chill and listen in.
Well, we got all kind of questions. I'm sure. I see all kind of questions lined up here on our chat already. Tommy, we got all kind of questions lined up here, so we're gonna get to you, folks. Don't forget, we've got a operational crowdfunder that we've got running, silverlinecomicscrowdfunder.com. Most of you already know I added some new artwork a couple of days ago, so get on over and take a look at that. Beyond the Stars #5 should be going out tomorrow and Tuesday, so all the backers for that should be able to find that. And that's all of my news. Tommy, y'all got any news?
I got nothing. I'm just happy to be here.
I did a comic show yesterday. Went pretty good until it rained. And as we know, in Florida, you just wait 15 minutes and everything changes. So.
That's right. Well,
yeah, it was going pretty good. Started at 10 o'clock. By 12, I was already up $100. And then by 12:15, the rain came and made everybody go home.
Yeah. So I got a story to tell you before we get to our guest. All right. So I was in a show down at, I think, Palm Beach, and Mr. G-Rod was one of the guests. And the show was put on by our pal Martin Piero. So down there hanging out. Who comes walking up but Mr. G-Rod himself, and begins to have a conversation with me. And I'm like, wow, what a super nice guy, right? So we swap information, and you know how these things go. I'm thinking, yeah, he's a movie star. He's never going to talk to me, right? But we start swapping Instagram messages, and I got to give credit where credit is due. My wife said, he's being super nice to you. You should ask him to come on your stream. And I'm like, he'll never come on our stream. She goes, you got to ask him. And lo and behold,
there we go.
We're here.
Say hello, G-Rod.
And it's a pleasure to be here. I'll tell you that much. I feel like we've been swapping messages on DMs and everything. I hope I'm not making your wife jealous or anything. Yeah, I've been sliding into this man's DMs for years now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, so it's funny. I'm going to say this. It's funny because I knew who he was right before I met him. Right, I'd seen him. I can't even remember to tell you. I can't remember even which show it was. But after I met him, I see him everywhere now.
Oh yeah.
Every single show I'm watching, we're sitting there on the couch watching. I'm like, hey, look, it's G-Rod.
There he is. There he is on the show. He's on that show.
I had no idea because I told you guys, right? We've been watching Landman recently, and I had no idea he was going to be on there. And she goes up to her dad. I'm like, hey, look who her dad is. Her dad's G-Rod. What the heck?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good show. By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Good show.
It's a Billy Bob's show, right?
It is Billy Bob's show. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Very, very good show about Texas oil, but it's good. Let me see. Let me look through some of these.
That actually took me for surprise because I didn't grasp how big that was until it came out, and it really is like a fan favorite of folks, not just in the that like the whole oil rigging and all this stuff. It's just big all around. You know?
Yeah. No,
I got ladies that are 60-year-old ladies with grandkids coming up to me. I'm like, wow, this thing has a far reach. And then I'll have just the other day, a 22-year-old kid. And it was like, oh man, I love Landman. So it's like far and wide, the audience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like a modern day Dallas.
Yeah. It is. It is. And it has a little bit of language for me and BJ. We don't tend to watch shows that have that much language in it, but the show is so good. Sure. It held our attention. Looks like we got a troll here, and I don't know how to block the trolls. Atris Doc says, "Hey everyone, hey Atris, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey Atris, if you got questions for G-Rod, be sure to post them." Tabitha O'Neill says, "Hey, what's up? Thanks for hanging out with us. It's good to see you." Atris says, "Happy Father's Day, fellas. You young folks in your technology, trust the potato." Potato says, "Like and subscribe, kids." That's absolutely right. Wherever you are, make sure that you like and subscribe. Sonic Man 2008 says, "G-Rod is great." And we agree here. Let's see what else here.
And happy Father's Day to you guys.
That's right.
Everyone who's a father. Yeah.
My wife says, "Not jealous at all. Love this so much."
honey, I'm spending Father's Day with G-Rod.
Yeah. Send her my best and wish her all the best. And I promise to not slide into his DMs anytime past, I don't know. We'll cut it off at 8 p.m.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you. There's a long list of stuff. You guys, any of you guys on the computer can go look him up on IMDb. He's easy to find. There's a long list of stuff, and I can guarantee you there's stuff on here. You'll want to G-Rod, but you'll want to look up Gabriel Rodriguez. But I guarantee you there's stuff on here that you've seen, and you're like, wait, what? He was in that Cobra Kai. I'm scrolling here. Cobra Kai. He was on Cobra Kai. All kinds of stuff here. So I gotta ask you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'll bet. Now, so I'm going to start at the beginning. You guys jump in whenever you got the question. But I got to ask you, where you from? Where'd you grow up? All that kind of stuff. Let's go all the way back to the early G-Rod.
Yeah, coming to America. Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I'm Venezuelan. I was born in Venezuela. My parents brought me here. They came on a student visa long ago. And then they applied for what is called the adjustment of status. And then we're happy and very proud Americans now.
Excellent.
And obviously, as we won't get too far into it, but if you guys pay attention to Venezuela and the politics, and it's very turbulent, and it became very turbulent in the last like 2 decades. So it would have been really rough for me if we weren't
stayed there.
Yeah, if we had stayed there and America hadn't rescued us, I would say it that way.
So how old were you when you came here?
So I came here. I was brought here against my will.
Oh no!
I was 6, roughly. I think 5 or 6, and then it was like a hard adjustment for my parents. I vaguely remember them crying and stuff like that because, it's as an adult, it's a huge change. The culture, they don't know the language, and we started up in Maine. I'm in South Florida now. In Miami, but we started in Maine, where it originally got transferred. So there was people like knocking on our door asking to speak this Spanish. There was no internet at the time, and coming over to touch my mom's hair, and there were just that kind of sort of unfamiliarity with a different folks. We were like the only Hispanics in that I can remember.
Maine. Yeah.
So we started off there, and it was very it was rough. It was tough. It was rough and tough for them. So they asked for a transfer. We ended up in South Florida, and if you guys are been down here, this is like a melting pot. There's Latinos everywhere. Caucasian folks speak Spanish down here. Walgreens says, the signs are in Spanish in some areas. It's a whole lot more, the culture is a lot more, I guess, inviting for. I'm sorry.
And the weather's better.
The weather, I love the weather. People come here from the north and they hate it. I literally spend most of my days that I'm not working like in a tank top because I love it. It's hot. Yeah. But yeah, so we ended up down here, and the rest is history. Then came a green card, and then all that good stuff.
Well, nice. So how what's your background? How did you go from I guess it was Venezuela? Spanish is your native language, all right? So you had to learn English when you're here. What made you decide, hey, I'm gonna go be an actor?
So it wasn't something I was looking into, but so this rough face, believe it or not, wasn't always here. I looked a lot sweeter and nicer when I was younger. I really looked. I kid you not. I'm not lying to you guys. I was approachable. I was pretty. But then this started happening, and then like this started happening like late 20s, and then I remember one of the first experiences that I had no idea that I had a villain face, but I got pulled over and it was relatively late. And the cop approaches the car and he backs away. Then he calls for backup, and he's like, "Step out of the car." And it was because I didn't put my blinker on. And he's like, "Oh man, you're like a nice guy. You're like articulate." And I'm sorry. I called for backup because I'm sure the way you look. I was like, "What?" And I had no idea. At this point, I had no idea. Like it just started. Like my face started changing, and then another pivotal point. I was at Starbucks sitting down, and there was a group of ladies, stroller. They're enjoying their day, laughing, whatever. And they suddenly got quiet. I didn't pay no mind to it, but I didn't notice got quiet. And I'm waiting for my order, and then the manager comes from around the counter and says, "Hey man, I just want to come over here and talk to you. Let them see me talking to you. Well, you're waiting for your order because you're here often, right?" I said, yeah. What's going on? He's like, "I just wanted to talk to you, show them that I'm talking to you. They're just a little nervous." I was like, "What?" I haven't done it. I know. I see you here all the time. They're just nervous, and I just wanted to come over here and talk to you, and I hope you're not offended. I'm like, "No, I guess I'm not offended." But so then I went to T-Mobile, another I guess turning point where I said something's happening here is I went to T-Mobile to return. Like this is back when you had the hotspots were like hot. They were like, I went to return it because I was still within the return period, and the manager backed away, said, "Hey, I'm just gonna take a moment. I'll be right back." 3 cops show up.
No
And one
way.
with their hand on their waist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I can't talk too much about it in too much detail because it got to the point where it got settled. The president of T-Mobile called me to apologize. And the only thing, he got a statement from the worker. He said, he just made me very nervous. And I said, wow. Some older, Haitian dude, really nice guy. He was like a nice guy. So I didn't see it coming. And then the cops were like just baffled. I was like, hey man, I look, we just responded. We have to respond. But
right.
So those things started happening and I started seeking therapy. It's funny now. It's funny now, but it wasn't back then. But I started seeking therapy because I'm like, and there was a couple not so big, situations. Like people kept confusing me and, hey, are you a cop? Are you a firefighter? There was some of that.
Yeah.
Are you a cop? Because I need help with my cards. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm like, I'm not a cop. Oh, okay. And then just took off. So I sought therapy. I'm like, man, what's going on? Just like talking to somebody. And then I it's all funny now, but back then it wasn't. So if you look at my eyebrows, so I went to a place where they professionally pull your eyebrows so that they look like normal people. You guys look like nice guys. They're like this, right? I got this going on even when I'm just here talking, having a good time.
Oh wow!
So I did that, and that didn't help. So I'm like, what can I do where I can be all these things? I'm like, I got to look into acting because I can be a villain. I can be a bad guy.
Yeah.
I can be a cop. I can be a firefighter. So I watched one of the scenes that got me, and I'm like, I got to get up and do something. Was the scene in the boiler room? If you guys have seen Boiler Room with Ben Affleck, you got to see it if you haven't. But there's a great scene in there where he's having like breaking down what it is to join that firm, and it was just. That was it. That was like the point where I'm like, I can do this. And I know we everybody says, yeah, I can do. I have people still come up to me. They're like, I can do it. Just show me how. I wish I could. I don't know how to. Right. I don't even know how I got here myself. But but the point is, that was it. The Boiler Room with Ben Affleck, and I'm like, I got to get on this.
Yeah, very cool. Atros Doc said, yeah, this is your origin story. And he said, let's see here. Atros Doc says, every good villain has an interesting backstory. And then he says, the promo for the Silverline Sunday episode tonight's did look like a UFC fight promo.
So once
if I can find it, I'll put it up. And then, hang on, Tom. And then he says, Sonic Man 2008 says he plays a great bad guy.
Yeah. So once you decided,
I think.
Once you decided you had resting villain face, what?
Right, exactly. There you go.
How do you say, well, I'm going to lean into this and I'm going to get paid for it? How does that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'll tell you, the tough part about that is I was in a career. I was in a career in the field of real estate management. I was a corporate. I like to call myself a corporate schmuck.
Wow.
I put on
so you suit and tie and everything, huh?
The whole thing. I was making 6 figures. So I'm like, how do I? And I had a family at the time. I was married, kids, and I'm like, I can't. There was times where I'm like, I can't do this.
Right.
I can't just up and put aside my adult job. Tell my wife and look at my kids and say, I'm gonna go be an actor. I'm gonna go be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just laughed, right?
We make comic books. We know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, right? So
yeah.
I started sort of living a double life, right? Because I'm like, I gotta pursue this because I gotta do it. It keeps calling out to me, but I gotta play the corporate schmuck as long as I can.
Right. Now, are you in South Florida at this time?
Yeah, I'm in South Florida. So I started taking acting classes. I tell people take acting classes, and I started doing workshops. And who discovered me was a casting director by the name of Lori Weinman. So she cast Miami Vice, all the big shows that that had that film down here. If you heard of Ballers with The Rock, I mean, HBO, Graceland, and Burn Notice. So I went in for Burn Notice, which I think it was like 2012, and I read for several parts, like 8 different parts, and then I got the call, and she's like, "You're booked," and I had no idea. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I'm not gonna lie. I showed up, and I remember I sat down. I'm like, where do I? It's just amazing to me because now there's really no excuse. I mean, YouTube, and there's so many resources online.
Right.
I don't want to hear anybody saying that they don't know how to. They don't know. I mean, hell, I have a friend who she's a surgeon, and kid you not, true story. They're YouTubing videos before they go into surgery.
Oh no, I don't want to know that.
They don't know that.
True story. I was like, I'm like, hold on a second. Yeah, there's just specific things, and
right.
We gotta just move some things around here, and I'm like, you're going to YouTube, so. Yeah, scary.
Can you do this surgery? Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and they're she's like, yeah. We even read the comment section. I was like, what is going on? Just tell me what hospital you're at, because that's the one I'm not going. I'm kidding.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're everything. Even in the last when I got started in this, I started in 2009 actually. I started in 2009. Did a student film. That's when the itch. Well, that's when I got the itch. By the way, I first got the itch, which is a disaster of a student film. From I don't want to put anybody else down, but me.
Right.
I don't go look for it. Don't find it. I hope you don't. But it was in 2009 that I first got the itch. So I shot this student film. It was just horrible. But anyways, everything is available to you now. So there's no reason to experience. Going back to my story, when I showed up on Burn Notice, I had no idea where. I didn't know where the cameras were, what was going on, and somehow I got through it.
Wow.
Somehow I got through it, and I remember after Burn Notice, because it was, if you guys have heard of it, it was huge back then.
Oh yeah.
So I'm back in my corporate schmuck job, and then I am getting recognized. So now I got, remember, the two different paths are kind of mixing.
Did you go, that wasn't me? I didn't do that.
So your worlds are colliding.
So that's funny you say that, because I did say that. I was wearing glasses back then, but I was only wearing glasses when I was playing the corporate schmuck.
Okay,
Superman thing going on.
That's right. You're the Clark Kent.
Check this out. I started off with glasses without prescription to distinguish. Of course, I got it from Superman, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm running around life doing my corporate schmuck duties with glasses that have no prescription. So I'm like, this is gonna work. But then
this is gonna work.
This is gonna work.
Okay.
But then Ballers. Then I got booked through the same casting director on the show called Ballers with The Rock. I had a great scene, and it was done. It was done. My boss called me into the office, and he says, "Hey, so I got some emails here. I got a few emails," and he showed them to me. He's like, "Your property man," and it said, "Your property man." I just saw your property manager on HBO. And it's like,
that wasn't me. The glasses. Come on, that's a different guy.
How could you tell?
And then I'm like, really? Yeah. And then he's going through it, and then so like another employee in the organization sent him a screenshot. I'm like,
oh yeah, that's what you said. Oh,
and I wasn't getting yelled at or anything, but it was just like,
I sleepwalk.
I was like, yeah, exactly. I was sleepwalking.
You can say, do you want an autograph? I can sign something for you.
Right.
I'm not a guy that's typically without words, but that was one of those moments where I'm like, because you don't expect it to go anywhere. You know, like I had faith in myself, right?
Right.
But I to end up on TV at that, it was just loony stuff. Like, I'm going to end up on TV and somebody's going to, so he's like, you mind telling me what's going on? I was like, well, yeah. So anyways, so long story short,
That's when you go like this. You take the glasses off and you go, "It's me."
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because as you can see me right now, and as beautiful as you guys may think I look, I put on the glasses. All kidding aside, I put on the glasses. It makes a big difference.
You turn corporate. That's right.
I go corporate. I wish I had some glasses nearby, but I go.
Now, did you have the beard also?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
have the beard.
and that makes a big difference.
It does.
So this here makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
Huge. So fast forward like a year later, 2 years later, and I'm in there with a pink slip, and he goes, "I'm here. I'm basically resigning." And he goes, "Let me guess, you're going to Hollywood to be a movie star?" I was like, I'm going to pursue my dream. He's like, he looks at me. He's like, you got 3 kids, you got a family, you got a wife. You are great at what you do here. I'm going to slip this resignation in this drawer. Kid you not. He said, I'm going to slip it here. You come back anytime you want.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I did
nice.
my 3 weeks. I kept my 3 weeks. I completed all my duties. He's like, I want to say I'm happy for you, but you understand it's almost impossible to succeed in that industry. I said, he's like, I'm gonna keep it right here. I got a text like several years later from him. He's like, I just came from the movies watching Bad Boys, and I just saw you, and I just want to thank you. I'm sorry, I just want to tell you. I said thank you. I just want to congratulate you on your success. And by the way, I threw
HR is fixing to call you because I'm firing you now. Is that what he?
No, he said I put away the resignation.
There you go.
And he just closed it out with like, go get him. And I was like, thank you, man.
That's cool.
Nice.
That is so
Nice.
cool.
That's cool.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
And
there are still cool people in the world.
Oh, he was super cool. And I blew past what I was. I'm grateful. I blew past what I was making then. Years later. So to actually find success in something that we know is, and you guys know, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And it all started because of this mug,
In the eyebrows.
In the eyebrows. In the eyebrows.
Yeah.
So now I'm not offended, right? So I got pulled over like 3 years ago, and the guy, he initially, this was like I want to say like a full circle moment, because he initially like took a step back and backed up, and he's like, and I'm like, oh, here we go, and he's like, wait a second, didn't I just see you on? It was Power, but he's like, but the point is that I'm expecting what was happening before, right? Like, oh, he's gonna call for backup, whatever, and he's like, didn't I just see you on Power? So that was cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That is nice. David A. Scudera says, so many of us play the corporate schmuck.
Yeah. And I feel you. I really do.
For sure.
Atris said, dude, G-Rod, for a second, I thought you were going to say she learned surgery from YouTube.
That's where I learned it.
Yeah. Sonic Man says they're looking up how to do surgery. Yeah. A lot of them are asking AI these days,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different world out there. One of the things you said about, no excuses. We say the same thing about comic books. People, come to us and say, "Oh, I want to do a comic book." I'm like, "Well, why aren't you?" There's never been a better time than today to make comics.
Yeah, when we were kids, it was impossible to get that information unless you knew somebody, and now it's everywhere.
Well,
we also
follow
the same thing that you said earlier. It's like somebody asks you if you could do something, and you say yes, and then you go figure out how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: what you said, there's never been a better time to make comics. I'll go a step further in saying there's never been a better time than now to do what you're passionate about. So, whatever that now is, because you're on this ride one time. It's just one roller coaster ride, Right. You can't get off and say, hey, my Mr. Ticket Man, I was closing my eyes on that drop, and in that second turn, I kind of closed my eyes. Can I get another ticket? There are no second tickets.
Yeah.
There are no second chances. Fast forward almost 20 years later, 16 years later that I'm here. If I would have waited until now, sure, I can still go now. Right. But I would have wasted all those times. Not wasted, but I would have been a corporate schmuck
Right.
for an additional 16 years doing something that I'm good at, but I'm not passionate about.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't
yeah.
have built up that huge body of work that you already have.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
And my I remember thinking, like, when I booked one thing, I'm like, oh, it's a fluke. This is the self conversation.
Right.
Second thing, it's still a fluke. Third time, it can still be a fluke. I'm having this conversation, this one-on-one with myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so on and so on. By the fifth time, I'm saying, okay, this is it. This is it.
You know, something's happening here. That's what you start to, yeah.
You know, so I would tell whoever is seeing this and it just really should stop saying that, you know, maybe there's something there. You're typically, what you're passionate about bubbles up. It bubbles up. And they say that typically happens for men like around 30, right? Because you're getting really you're anchoring down on who you are. This is who I am. This is how I carry myself. This is where I have a solid facility in this area, and I'm not passionate about this. These are my likes. These are my dislikes. You got to listen to that stuff, because here I was moving about life, being very good at what I was doing, but I wasn't passionate about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so you sent over the link for Your Kill.
Oh yeah.
Which I watched this morning. And is that an extension of the do the thing you want to do? Because you wrote it, and in addition to starring in it.
Yeah, so that's I'm glad you got a chance to see it. That's my baby. I produced that. I wrote it, and it's all based on I wrote it and produced it, and it's all based on, I actually extracted words from my divorce, and by the way, my ex-wife and I are civil. We have a great relationship now. But it was a turbulent time through the divorce.
Yeah, right.
So if you watch it, I actually extracted notes from that you know, during the divorce process with my attorney and stuff like that, and they made it into the film, and it won some awards because we had it through the independent festival circuit. And basically, if you look at it, the kill, we're both assassins, and the kill is the kill that we both want is the child custody at the end.
Right.
So
I'm sharing the link for everyone. If you don't get it,
YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
YourKillMovie.com, actually. YourKillMovie.com.
There it is. It's the link for everywhere we're streaming. I think it's gonna. It doesn't look like it's gone out to Twitter. You folks on Twitter, I'll post it on there in just a minute.
Yeah. What I love about it is I love the relationship you have between yourself and the actress, whose name I forget. Or can't pronounce.
Yesenia Cosio.
Right. She's great.
Yeah.
And I love the way it's staged, where you start off you're in that small confined hallway, and then you break through the wall and you get as much out of that confined space as you can. Right. And then you break into the wall, and then you have the bigger space and more choices of weapons to play with.
Yep.
And then you throw her out into the hall, and then you're both in separate locations now. And so you maximize the space really well in that.
Yeah, it was tough. We shot this 2 years ago, and I just released it like 4 days ago. It's available on YourKillMovie.com, but I just released it maybe 3-4 days ago. But yeah, we started off just saying we're going to shoot one day. It ended up being like 4 days.
Right.
Nice.
We started off saying, no, it's going to be $2,000, $3,000. It ended up being $22,000.
Oh my gosh.
But it shows, right? You can see it.
Yeah.
So it was an exciting ride. Blood, sweat, and tears went into that. But it's crazy because when I shot that and when I wrote it, I already had a decent amount of work under my belt.
Right.
But I thought, I want to put this out and possibly sell it, do something bigger, get some eyeballs from the studios. But it has booked me. I have my reel, which is comprised of the TV show, studio shows, and movies that I worked on. But it's surprising to me how, because this has moved, I have shared it, from the back end, like casting directors or producers. so they've seen that. So that has actually booked me work. Probably 3 different contracts, jobs, 2 movies.
It's a compelling narrative because you think there's more to the story before you get there, and there's more to this. There's a little bit more to the story afterwards, and so you can easily see it expand into a feature, and also more so than just clips of you. It's an acting narrative from start to finish. So if you're just seen as a stuntman or just seen as the goon or the heavy or whatever, this elevates that.
Right.
Yep.
So I think it's a really good play to put money into this thing for yourself.
Yeah, it was I want to say it was a passionate investment that I feel very good about, and again, it was like an outlet for me. It was like it was like an outlet to kind of put this stuff into an art form, right?
Right.
Very exciting. Go check it out.
Yeah. I put the link there for everyone, even over on Facebook and on Twitter. The Twitter doesn't show up here on our feed.
I do have one other question about it though.
Yeah.
Which is the guy tied to the chair. How long did you keep him tied to the chair?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
That's what I thought.
Matter of fact,
he already told you it was 4 days.
He's still tied
to the chair.
He's still.
We have a couple other questions coming here. Sonic Man 2008 says, "Does it hurt when you do all the stunts?"
Oh man, that's it's a great question. Yes, it always hurts. The thing is, it's different degrees. So I don't consider myself a stunt man because I do stunts for my characters, right?
Right.
So there's a distinction. If you have a stunt man or a stunt performer, it's more of a generalized. They're out there performing stunts. They're out there primarily doubling people. You got people doubling The Rock and doubling this guy, and they're performing stunts. I'll perform a lot of my own stunts. Some stuff I won't do.
Okay.
But I'll perform a lot of my stunts for my characters.
Right.
For example, and really coming back to that question, does it hurt? I'll tell you how much it hurts. If you watch Bad Boys Ride or Die, I was in Bad Boys for life, but no injuries occurred there. But if you watch Bad Boys Ride or Die, there's a foot chase that gives way. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are chasing me down a highway in Miami, and then Martin Lawrence, he hops off when he's chasing me. He hops on the hood of a car. From that hood, he leaps off and jumps on me, and I have a rifle on because I'm shooting at them. Right, I'm a bad guy. I want to get the good guys. Screw the good guys. We want the bad guys.
Bad guys are funner anyway.
So then I leap off. I'm sorry, he leaps off, jumps on me. So your tricep connects here.
Right.
And when he leaped on me, I fell to the ground. I'm supposed to, right? And I'm supposed to tumble. And we did this. We did like 5 takes of this, maybe 7. The last take, he leaps onto me and I fall towards the ground. I do my tumble, but then I fall on the rifle, right? Because when he jumps on me, I have to time it so that I throw the rifle away from me, because depending on how it's positioned, it can hurt me. Well, this time the rifle, I fell on the rifle, and the focus of the rifle landed here. It disconnected my tricep from here to here. It snapped. The whole thing, it just shriveled up. So it went bam, like right.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What was that?" It sounded like a freaking gunshot or a punch or something. It's like I was like, that was my tricep. So if you look here, this ended up here, completely disconnected. The doctor said it was like a straight cut. So that hurt a lot. I would not want to.
Oh, come on, it didn't hurt. We know.
Yeah, right. So then I had to call the lady that had to get surgery. So I had to call the lady that looks at the YouTube videos for surgery.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
See if she knew how to fix that. Put that back.
I said, can you fix it? She's like, Hold on a second. Let me look on YouTube.
Yes, I could do it. That's what she said. But she went and figured it out.
She said I could do it. And as they're gassing me up, they're putting the mask on. I see her in the corner on YouTube. I'm like, wait a second.
See, it all circles around. That's right.
Yeah. So that hurt. That hurt a lot. I was actually, it took that was a year of recovery. But the good news is that take actually made the movie. The director's like, I know it hurt, but he's like, that's gonna make the movie.
It looked good though.
But it looked good.
I at the end of it, I'm actually when we got done, and I now my tricep is shriveled up here. I said, do you want to go again? And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. I was like,
so, your arm doesn't work.
I have a curious question for you. So we've heard stories at from time to time about somebody got hurt doing this stunt. Do you have the option as the actor saying, I got hurt doing that, I don't want that take to be used?
You got no control over that.
Okay,
you got no control.
Yeah.
Actually, they said that looked real.
I was gonna say, if it looks great,
if it looks gnarly, the gnarlier it looks, as long as it's achieving what they want,
right?
Yeah, they're gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense. And
most of the time, you want them to take it. The only difference is that I'm performing, like in other words, for that specific scene, it's kind of interesting to see, because as we're moving from one scene to the next, you see Martin Lawrence, you see all the main actors, Will Smith, they're all walking to go get coffee, tea, and snacks, and they're like,
your eyes going,
all right. No, I'm talking about before we shot that.
Right. Oh, okay, gotcha.
There was a little bit of dialogue, whatever. Okay, everybody, we're moving on to the stunts, and you see the stars. They're all walking back because they're and you see we're on a bridge, and then you see their stunt doubles approaching.
Oh.
And I'm the guy that stays there because I have no stunt double.
Right.
Yeah.
Because for your character, you're the stunt.
That's it. I mean, that's the way it is. And that movie specifically was one of the ones that I mentioned, that Your Kill is what got me. That movie, Your Kill, somebody showed the director and said, hey, you got to get this guy in the movie. And he saw Your Kill, and then he said, get him on the phone. Let's get him to do this.
Sweet.
It's impressive work. I think
thank you.
Because I love that it doesn't feel like an excerpt from a movie. It feels like a fully scripted beginning, middle, end, but you can get more out of it.
Right.
Yeah. It's got still gas to put in there.
Yeah.
To expand it into a full feature.
It's got legs.
So who punches harder, Anthony Mackie or Queen Latifah?
Oh, that's a great Queen Latifah, man. She is tough.
She looks like she could dish it out.
Yeah. She is tough. She is so tough. Anthony Mackie got me good. I'm not sure if did I tell you? Did I tell you guys? Did I text you? All right. So wait, you're talking about Beretta, right? Barracuda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just asking out of the blue.
No, I saw an interview with you earlier because I was doing some research, and I saw you talk about it where somebody had popped you in the
cheek. So he decked me. He decked me real nice. He decked me hard, and because we got a scuffle going, right? And then he decked me real nice, and he's like, you could tell in his face, the camera wasn't on his face, right? The camera was on me at that point, because they did, they shot his stuff. Now they're doing the turnaround. It's on me. And then he says, oh man, sorry, but it's not on him. So I gave him like in character, and I said, keep going. After he's probably one of the sweetest dudes that I've had the pleasure of working with, truly, because you meet some of these guys, and you're not quite sure what kind of personality you're dealing with.
Yeah,
but
you hear horror stories about some of them,
Yes, and obviously I've encountered some of those that I would classify as horror stories, and you're like, really, this is disappointing. Obviously, I'm not going to discuss those here.
No. We like the positive ones. Let's talk about the good ones.
We can talk about that afterwards. That'll be part 2.
And then in the positive ones, we got Anthony Mackie, and he was a total.
I like hearing that because
I do too.
I've seen interviews with him and he seems like a really nice guy, and it's just good to hear.
He does.
Like some confirmation of that.
He seems like a guy you'd like to sit down and have a burger with.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm sitting there kind of just doing my thing and eating some snacks, and he came over. He's like, "Hey man, so tell me about yourself." And
oh, cool.
And shooting the shit with everybody, and sat down with
Was that after he punched you in the eye that he came and talked to you?
Yeah. He kind of felt
your face is like,
yeah.
Hey man,
so the next
tell me about the
day,
kids.
I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this is nothing. The next day it blew up, and then I was working on 2 days. 2 days later, I was supposed to work on. I did work on the Lincoln Lawyer. I just shared that there. That's not on my IMDb, but yeah, I was working on a Lincoln Lawyer, and I was worried, but I was able to get it down with the slowing
ice
down.
and stuff.
Right.
Ice and cold. Yeah.
Man. Well, I've got another question here for you from Atris Docs. He says, "Are there any roles or parts you wish you could get or could have gotten? Any roles that you auditioned for and you didn't get that you could, man, I wish I'd have got that?"
Well, I mean, if I'm auditioning for it, I wish I get it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't, because there. It's a good question because there's stuff that I'll audition or rather I'll get audition requests or stuff that my agents will submit for me.
Nice.
And I'll decline. So because it's just I don't feel that it's a good fit or for whatever reason.
Right.
But if I'm reading for it, it's something I want.
Yeah.
Because I can't. And there's been a couple where I'll read the sides, right? So the script,
right.
and I don't feel like it. So for me as an actor, I'm going into my arsenal of stuff, feelings and emotional stuff and stuff that through life for the 40 some plus years that I've lived, that I'm able to utilize, depending on the role. I'm able to go in here and I say, oh, I can use this and I can use a little bit of this. But if I can't reach in my sort of toolkit and find something that I can utilize to bring a role to life and make it believable, I won't do it.
Yeah.
So if I'm reading for it, I will. It's something I absolutely want. Now, there's been, interestingly enough, there's been. I had a casting. I was booked on this Lifetime movie with Angie Harmon, and I didn't read for it. She came across somehow, and Angie Harmon's fantastic. I love Angie. She came across my picture somehow. I didn't read for the role, and she said, "I want this guy."
Nice.
And I auditioned for it. And it was a Lifetime movie. My mom loves Lifetime, so and she kept saying, "Get on Lifetime, get on Lifetime." Literally, you can walk into her house right now, and Lifetime is on. At any point during the.
So you're like, I want to be on a Lifetime movie for my mom.
No, and that's what it was, right? So my mom's my neighbor, by the way. She lives next door. Anytime I walk in there, she's got Lifetime on. So I when I got the email, hey, you're booked, you accept. I said, hell yeah, I accept. There was this much hope that it wasn't a villain. I'm like, maybe, maybe I'm a side chick dude. Maybe she's cheating on me. Her character's cheating on me with the gym. She met me at the gym. I'm making
one of the
all
dudes
these
in the love triangle, right?
Yeah, I'm part of the love
You're
triangle.
Team G-Rod.
Yeah, maybe I can shed a tear and whatever. Nope. I get the breakdown of the character, menacing hitman, and gets
of course
armed with a shotgun, and he's out to kill. I'm like, there it is.
So if you're auditioning, like you're in Florida, if you're auditioning, you're not flying someplace to audition, right? You're doing it online, or you?
Well,
how does that work?
Yeah, good question. It's a good question, great question, and I have that one kind of come up often. It's crazy, like even in 2026, I was at the gym on a machine the other day, and they're like, Landman still comes up, and they're like, man, I just saw you on Landman, and now you're here.
Right.
You're like, I didn't film it yesterday.
I didn't film it yesterday, and I took a plane.
Right. Because you can do that.
He seemed so confused. He didn't say you did great. He didn't. He's like,
Yeah, the logistics scare him. And it's like, I can't figure it out.
I just saw you on the TV.
How'd you get here?
It was funny. And then he's come up to me like a few times because he's seen me in some other. Now I'm seeing you everywhere, but you're here.
You're like, this is where I live, bro.
Like he's having like a conversation out loud. Logistically,
right. How does TV work?
He's confused.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When I first started out, I determined that this is what happens. Is like when I first started out, I was flying myself out to audition because there was nothing happening in this town. It was slowing down a lot after Ballers, after Burn Notice. So I was flying myself out a lot, and you're not booking. You're not getting paid because you're not booked.
Right.
I remember I was flying myself out for auditions, and then as you guys know, there's callbacks, and I was then flying myself for callbacks, and I was beating up the credit cards, beating them up.
Right.
Thousands and thousands of dollars, it's being spent on just the audition process. What happens, it pays off, right? Because what happens that as time goes on and you start booking is these casting directors. There's a combination of things. The casting directors start trusting you. Right. So now they don't have to see you in the room. They're sending you sides. You're putting what is called putting yourself on tape. You're putting yourself on tape is just basically recording with an iPhone or a camera, but they use it from when they're taping VHS tapes and throwing them in a FedEx box.
Right. Yeah,
I wasn't around for that, but but so that then started happening. It's like, oh, they trust, my agents would say they trust your word, just go ahead and put it on tape.
Yeah. Right.
Then what happened? COVID came around,
right,
and it all went digital.
Right.
So, in it post COVID, it hasn't come back. I haven't had. So now you'll have callbacks. You'll have callbacks or you won't. But most of the time you won't. If you do, they're on Zoom.
Right.
Just like we're doing, just like we're doing right now, but they're on Zoom. Like, so it's gone all digital. The last in-person audition that I did was pre-COVID.
Wow.
Right. So
what's cool now is that, and I don't know how to tell people there's always a way, right? There's always a way. If you have enough passion and you're dedicated enough and you're a disciplined person that's headed, that's determined to achieve that goal no matter what, you'll find a way. But I got to be honest. I tell people, I don't know how you would start right now because now I have such a great body of work.
Right. You're in the club.
That trust is installed in there.
Right.
And then on top of that it's layered with the fact that they've all gone digital. I've chatted with a couple of casting directors who have given up their offices. They're done.
They're working from home. Yeah.
They're all working from home.
Yeah.
Why pay rent if it's all being done online?
Right.
So there's not even, if you said so now, to give you guys a little bit more detail, not to bore you too much, but when you get the audition, sometimes the audition request, sometimes they're in a section where it has notes, it'll say, hey, if you want to have a live audition, let us know and we'll put you on a Zoom. There's absolutely no option to go live. And some people flourish. That's where they thrive. That's where they have their best moments, right? Because they need to feel they're in the room.
Right. So like a real conversation.
Right. So, but it is, and I'm not deterring anybody. I want everybody to do what they're destined to do. But it's got to be very difficult to get started now. Yeah. Because if you haven't built a name or a body of work, you're just coming in fresh. You got to. The only thing I would say is you got to do like I shot your kill. Just put out great content. Yeah. Maybe not drop 20 grand, but put some great content. Don't break the bank, but use your what you got at your disposal. Put out some great content that gains traction. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're also, by doing it all digital, you're wasting less time.
Right. Oh yeah.
You're not flying places. You're staying home more. You don't have that long flight to LA for possible disappointment, and then the long flight home where you've spent money that you're not going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a 5-hour flight from Miami to LA, right?
It is 6 hours going, 5 hours back. And it's funny, you just mentioned LA, so I'll give you a story. This is not for the lighthearted or the thin skin. I paid my way on a flight to LA for an audition. Then I came back and I paid my way 3 days later. 3 days later.
Do it again.
For the callback.
To go for the callback. On my flight back, I got the email that they passed on me.
Oh.
You're like, thanks. No.
You're down a couple grand at that point.
On my flight back. That's actually right. There was like $1,200 that I had to kiss goodbye. And at that point, I remember I was still corporate
hustling.
Yeah.
I was still corporate schmucking,
Right.
So
that's my new comic book, Corporate Schmuck.
Yeah. I was very fortunate though that my wife at the time, she was very supportive. I think that would have been very, very difficult if you have a spouse who's just like, what are you doing?
Oh, we know that.
No.
Yeah. If your spouse is looking at you and telling you, like, what are you doing? Stop. She was supported the whole way through. She's like, go do it. Go do it. Who cares? Get up and do it again.
So, so far, I mean, you're is it fair to say you're a character actor who does his own character stunts, also an actor, also you're producing, and you're writing your own content and getting it made. So where do you go? Is there a path?
Yeah, I've actually, it's funny they say I have a lot of people tell me that you're a character. It's all character, right? If you're like a leading man, if you're a leading man and you're booked to play Tom that comes over and gives sugar to the bored wife that stays at home, and suddenly there's a romance that sparks up.
Tell me more about
character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shame on them both, but then you're that character. I can right now. All of you can visualize who he looks like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a character. He's not me, but he's still a character.
Right.
It's an exciting sort of trajectory because yes, I'm getting these, and I know what you mean, these villain character roles, but now I'm seeing a little bit more the expansive opportunities where it's not just one line and die and hit the ground.
Yeah.
I just produced last year not only Your Kill, but if you go on Netflix, it's called Line of Fire. It's starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and we produced it and we shot it and we sold it to Netflix. So nice. So it's exciting. There's a mixture of stuff that's happening. I'm producing. I'm now shooting my own content. That I'm writing now.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm working my new corporate schmucking job, which is playing a villain. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can do all this from your home.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I'm shooting something right now that I'm shooting here.
Right.
Nice.
In my home, not just locally, but I'm shooting in my actual home.
Wow.
Well, don't break any walls.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to avoid not to wreck this place, but there's some action.
David Ace Gutierrez says, "What's been your favorite role thus far?"
Oh, that's a great question. It's got to be Domingo on Power. It was one of my most pivotal roles that has opened up so many opportunities because it got viral action and on TikTok, and I shot that 10 years ago.
Wow.
And the viralness that came after, like 5 years after it aired, and it's still going. People will send me those clips on TikTok and YouTube. So that was my favorite. That was really my favorite.
And you're like, yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
When family members from Venezuela and stuff, it's appearing on their pages and they're sending it to me. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool.
But I'll be honest with you. I had a great time working on Landman. I really did.
Yeah.
Because I'm a father.
That's not over, is it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. Well, and she's your daughter on Landman. She's a recurring character. So my wife and I were talking about this the other day. We're hoping to see more of you in the next season.
Yeah, and that could very well happen because there was a note that, hey, it looks like we're going to be seeing more of you. It doesn't start filming till August, so I won't know. But it was great because I'm a father. I have a 15-year-old, and remember we talked about that toolbox, that arsenal of stuff that you've experienced in life. I didn't have to move too many things around. I was easily able to go in there and pick that stuff that worked for me, which is somebody's knocking on my door, kind of going to ask for my daughter's hand in marriage to get my blessing.
Right.
I was able to wear that easily.
Yeah. And for those of you who haven't seen Landman, he's the guy who's asking for his daughter's hand in marriage. He's a skinny, greasy oil dude, right?
Yeah.
And, he looked at him and like, wait, you want my daughter's hand? Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. But in the end, I closed it out with, I don't want to say a bow on top, but I gave him a nod.
No. Yeah. It was. Yeah. We my wife and I, like I said, we love seeing you on there. It's always a fun surprise if we don't know that you're going to be there. Oh, look, there's G-Rod.
I'll tell you, it's fun because I disappointed a few people because typically what I'm doing is action and stunt. I'm creating some level of violence, right?
Right.
So they're like, oh, honey, hold on a second. G-Rod's here. Watch, that bottle's going to get smashed in that dude's head. Or, it's like, and then they're like, what the hell?
It didn't happen.
He's a dad.
Nothing happened. I have a buddy of mine. He texted and he's like, dude, that bottle was right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it didn't call for that. I'm just, Why don't you grab him by the neck? I was like,
yeah. Logan Walters says, is there any difference between Spanish and English television productions that the average person wouldn't know about?
Oh, yeah. So it moves a lot quicker. Fortunately, I'm in Miami and I've worked on a lot of Telemundo's TV shows. I'm fluent. That's my first language. So what I learned is that it moves a lot quicker. So they're rushing through stuff.
Yeah. Right.
And they want the dialogue to happen a lot quicker. So, and then some lady smacking somebody, right? How dare you? That kind of.
All right.
Next thing.
I have to put this comment up there. Brittany Prevertil, that is my daughter, by the way. She says, be right back. I'm going to watch Landman. She goes, also, hello, best dad in the entire world. Happy Daddy's Day.
Aww.
I love you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you for the comment.
That's sending her all the best and go enjoy Landman.
Yes, that's right. Let's see. Sonic Man 2008 says, when are you doing a romantic comedy? Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm waiting. And on Lifetime,
That's right. Yeah.
My mom.
It'll be a Hallmark Channel show.
My mom cannot wait for that to happen on Lifetime. So I got to make it happen somehow.
Yeah.
I got to grease somebody's palm.
I would love to see you and then someone like Angie Harmon and then like some real skinny actor competing in like a love triangle where it's the two of you, like who will it be? Will it be G-Rod? Will it be the skinny actor? Who's going to get Angie Harmon or similar?
Right.
And then I get that opportunity to bring sugar next door to her. And
That's right. Yeah.
Now this next question, G-Rod, you're going to have to explain. I don't know. I don't understand what this means. So
really? You never heard this before?
I'd never heard this before. So David Ace Gutierrez says, have you ever been squibbed? If so, does that hurt? And is it as awesome as it looks? So I don't have any idea what squibbed is.
Yeah,
what
so
is
I've been
that?
squibbed a whole lot. So it basically you're getting shot up on camera, and it's like I'll make this here for you. It's like a pack. It's like a packet of blood, right?
Oh,
and it's an explosive blood pack essentially.
Oh, okay, all right.
So pretend this is full of blood. It goes here, and when we go, let's say they call it action. Somebody's shooting at me, cameras on me, right? They've already done the turnaround, or they're doing it afterwards, and the guy's shooting me. And then I gotta time my reaction with, me and the VFX guy have to be in sync, so he can't blow this up. So let's say he blows it up right now, and then I go, ow.
3 seconds later, you go, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can't have that, right? So we gotta be in sync where this explodes, 1, 2, 3, action, that sort of thing. So if you look, if you to answer his question, it can be very painful. I did a TV movie once, and they depending on how much they pack this, how hard, and it can explode. It can explode, small. Right. It can be large, or it can be large and very explosive. So I had a bulletproof vest, and they had to put it up too high. And then I'm looking at the guy right in front of me, kind of like this, because I'm mean mugging him. So they put it up too close, and it blew up in my eye, and I couldn't see out of this eye for 3 days.
Man.
Oh.
And to answer his question, it was very painful. And not only that, but I was scared because I thought, possibly I could lose my eyesight.
Lose your eye.
So, but I've done, and after I've done many squibs, I've done many throughout the years. If you look at one of the most gnarly squibs that I did was on this show called The Cleaning Lady. It got canceled, but I think it's on Hulu. But anyhow, one squib, that's easy, but I had 7, I think it was. So now you got to go through the rehearsal and time it, because you remember, we determined the sequence, me and the VFX guy. So it's this, then this, then this, then so you're doing that dance, and then and if you don't get it right, you got a lot of eyeballs looking at you, somewhat kind of indirectly and indirectly telling you, we need to get this right, because if you reset, they're blowing. If you want to picture this, they're blowing this stuff up, right? Because there's just a guy with a rifle or whatever. They're blowing everything up. So if they have to reset, it's very expensive and it's very time consuming. So they're giving me the side eye, like, you got this? No, you have this. By the way, if we have to reset, we have to reset all of this, that sort of thing. And I'm like, and they're like, then there's like no pressure. I'm like,
that's your character's motivation now.
Yeah. So they were. I remember the executive producer coming from behind wherever the hell he came from and just thanking me, and the line producer, because I was able to do that in one take, which is like a oneer. So you guys can go check that out. It's on The Cleaning Lady, and then I have to hit the ground. It's concrete. Yeah. So not only do you have to get this sequence correct, all the reactions, but then you have to not kill yourself, right?
Right. Yeah. Don't give yourself a concussion.
Yeah.
Falling over.
Yeah. So yes, it is painful. It can. Well, it to answer his question, it can be painful.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the next thing we can see you in?
Oh, great question. So I'm working on the new Scooby-Doo for Netflix.
The live action one?
Yeah.
No way.
Do you own the theme park?
Do
you own the theme park that they're tearing down, that are trying to scare people away? Or you?
I don't know anything about anything.
He's just doing Scooby-Doo. Quit asking questions.
No, you know what? He would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know anything about anything.
All right.
That's fantastic.
But I did just a couple months ago finish work on the Lincoln Lawyer. That's on Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I had the pleasure of working on. It hasn't come out yet. I think it's coming out in the next few months. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that show.
And then the most recent work that came out, it's MIA, and it's on Peacock, and you will see a whole lot of me. And by that,
okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And more than my mom would have cared to have seen.
I was about to ask, is this one of those that your mom is going to say, "Why are you taking off your clothes, G-Rod?"
Yeah, this is one of those. This is one of those
lifetime.
This is one of those that I hope my kids never stumble upon.
Oh yeah.
But I'll tell you, it was when I got the call. It's from the creators of Ozark, and I worked on Ozark many years ago. And when I got the call that they wanted me on the show, it was too exciting, And I booked it, and then I got the note that hey, some some garments have to come off. I was like, how many? I was, all of them.
Everything. You're like, okay,
Like,
let's go.
are you still on board? I said, man, it's the creators. It's the creators of Ozark. How do I say no?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So, yeah.
Well, you got to get a stunt double for the nude scene.
Yeah. Well, that's the catch. There is no stunt double for that.
So do you have to work?
They
you have
get
to
it
work on
wrong.
the gym harder.
Let me tell you something. It was released like a month ago, I think, and that was a rough first week. You got your buddies all sending you still shots.
Oh yeah. Oh, I absolutely would have done it.
Yeah, we would have done that to each other too if it did happen.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, you
Hey,
bastard.
look, here's Tommy's butt.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, yeah. That was very interesting. But
So knowing that's coming up, do you have to train harder at the gym to make sure that you present better?
That's right. You look into it.
listen, I was on like a 700 calorie diet. I was killing it. It was tough. It was tough. And then my 3 days leading up to it, my fasting, that was rough.
Well, I mean, to get the thing, did you have to take all these nude pictures and send to them and stuff? Like your girlfriend over there was like, "Look," you're like, "Honey, can you take a picture? Here, let me show you something here."
I only had to give the full presentation on the day. So,
Oh, okay. I mean, what if they go, "Oh, we didn't think your butt looked like that. Why do you got to do something different?"
Right. But what's crazy is that I'm not to give too much away, but I'm in a jacuzzi. You guys go watch it, but I'm in a jacuzzi and I'm submerged underwater for a bit, and there's only so much like the glue can hold, you know.
Yeah.
So
G-Rod says, no, the water was cold. I promise.
Right, it's called Shrinkage. It's a Seinfeld episode.
You guys seen that episode of Seinfeld?
Oh yeah.
The Shrinkage. It's shrinkage. It was cold.
Oh man, there was shrinkage.
Yeah. All your buddies are like, no. Your buddies come up and say, "No, we've seen you naked before. We've drank a little bit. We know."
I just want to point out to Tom and Tommy that we're sitting here talking about shrinkage to G-Rod.
Yeah, this is it. This is
Just, just another Sunday night. It's all.
That's right.
And you know damn well.
Thank you, Seinfeld.
After they cut, I'm like, me and the camera. I'm like, I gotta go talk to the cameraman. I'm like, hey, my man, what was the frame on that?
Yeah. That's right.
Was it here to here? Was it here to here? Was it here to here?
Right.
Show me where you're in. So you're still standing there, and they go, "Man, you can sit back down." You said, "No, I'm naked now. I'm not going. I've already done this. I'm sticking around."
So he's like, "You're good. It was cut here," and it's like, "Oh man, thank God." But I still gave the 50 people that were there a show. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Well,
What do they call that? The B film, the B footage.
B-roll?
They keep filming. You just get this over. Let's do it once. We don't want to do it again.
Somebody has that B-roll floating around.
The B-roll, that B-roll.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you keep track of how many times you've been killed?
Man, that's a good question. But I've been killed a lot.
Yeah.
Is it like Sean Bean level, or is it?
I've been killed my whole career.
So how many times can you guess? Because I looked it up. So how many times?
Oh, you know, huh?
Well,
Man,
I know what my research showed, but
Okay.
I 50, 40. If I were to
that's
say.
way more than what I found online.
I mean, I've been killed a lot. I'm like, a lot. Yeah, I mean,
you killed a national treasure too, weren't you? That was
yeah.
We spotted you there.
We're on YouTube, so it's called Unalived. We're on Unalived because if you say killed, they start marking it
That's
funny.
right, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Unalived.
That was national treasure. That was crazy because the craziness that I have to react, because I'm being like drugged by and I get myself killed, but that I had to be careful there because if you look at the if you look at that clip, we shot that in Shreveport. What is it called?
Shreveport,
Louisiana.
Yeah.
I think that's where it is.
Close to mine, Tommy's home.
Just outside of that, and if you guys have been out there, there's like it looks like wilderness, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's
what do you call that kind of layout?
There's alligators out there too.
Yeah, it's swamp. It's the swamp.
There's an alligator guy keeping them away.
Oh no,
Swamp. Yeah, so it's
a swamp. Swampy
Yeah.
lake.
So it is amazing, but there's all these I don't know what you call them, but there's all these tree stumps coming from the ground.
Yeah.
They come naturally. They don't grow into big ones.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, okay, so this is where you do your craziness. You know, you get drugged up, and then you drop and die. And I'm like, I'm seeing all these things, these stumps, these I don't know what you call them.
There's water moccasins out here, guys. I'm not going in there.
I'm like looking at, what do you call them? Tree stumps?
Tree stumps, yeah.
But they they weren't cut down. Anyway, so they laid out a pad, like relatively small, but I gotta do my whole craziness and not make it seem like I'm looking.
You're aiming at a pad.
Hey, what's behind
like
me?
I can't act crazy, and then oh my god, then be like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're like, oh,
let me die there. Oh my god,
I'm dying right over there.
yeah, right there. So they're like, no, just do a couple rough runs right now. I'm like, and I do it because I'm spinning. I gotta keep my I get disoriented, right?
Right.
Of course, the one we shot, I fell right on it, and it dug into me. I swear, for like a week and a half, I had this big old mark of it to remind me. Big. It was the biggest bruise mark I've ever had, because it dug. And then they're like, then they come over, the medics like, you okay? It's like the pad was right over there. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So I missed the pad.
Oh no.
So going back to do these stunts hurt? There's another example.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Doc said, "Gentlemen, can we have one Sunday night without talking about shrinkage?"
No, that's too big an ask.
David,
It's the mangroves and stuff that you're talking.
Let me mangroves. Yeah. And by the way, let's all be men. We've all experienced shrinkage.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. That's just the other three of you guys, not me.
Welcome to Sunday Therapy with G-Rod and his friends.
That's right. So David A. Scudero says, "Is there a role that predates your career that you think you would have been perfect for?"
Oh, right.
So maybe let's even plant this one. If they were going to do a remake of some, you go, "Oh, that's me. That's."
I want to do that guy.
Yeah.
I want to do. Oh, that's an easy one. Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel's role. Let me get it.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
Well, I think he's done doing it, so you probably could just
You can play his brother.
DM right in there. You can,
Yeah.
Let me slide in.
Slide right on in that
Let
spot.
me slide in.
He's done with it.
And get
I could
that
totally
role.
see that.
Yeah. Oh, I could too. That would be great.
Yeah.
We need to start a campaign for you.
And then let me fast forward to now. I would love to be a part of that universe before it comes to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's still making them.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, as always happens, our time flies by so quickly, G-Rod. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is there
Great
anything
meeting
you want to add that we didn't say, we didn't ask you? You're like, why didn't you guys ask me this?
No, I'm just glad that we were able to get this done, since we've been sliding into each other's DMs for so long,
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, hang out with us here for just a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right. See, on Tuesday, that Silverline show on Tuesday, going to say how to find gigs as a comic artist in 2026. A panel of comic professionals, comic creators discuss how a penciler, inker, or colorist can find work by networking or using job boards in 2026. That's on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Barb and the Wednesday Whammers are going to be having trivia night. That's on Wednesday.
Yeah, fun.
I always fail at that.
Yeah, me too.
Next week, next week we'll be back here, unfortunately, without G-Rod, but we're going to talk about what happens in the gutters. When you read comic books, we're always talking about what's happening in the panels. Next week, we're going to talk about what happens in the gutters and comic books. That's
where I do my drinking.
What?
That's where I do my drinking.
Where you do your drinking?
In the gutter.
Hold on, I gotta get over to my media here. You guys,
hit that end button.
Wait, I got
Call a kid, help you out.
Yeah.
No.
My favorite part is watching Roland struggle with technology.
All right, here we go. If you can, G-Rod, hang out for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see you all next week. And remember to make mine Silverline.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, I'm G-Rod. Make mine Silverline. You heard me.